this is Kara, SwiftTrek.com. In this tutorial, I'm going to do an overview of the WYSIWYG. It's the editing tool used in the back end of your WordPress site. Let me open up a sample page here. This is your WYSIWYG, and it stands for what you see is what you get. So it's a rough idea of your texting format. So I'm going to kind of review your formatting of the text, how we're going to choose what's bold, what's a headline, and review some of the tools that you should be using up here. There's going to be some tools that I'm going to leave for some other videos. So this is a general overview of what you should be using and some formatting. So let's kind of review some of the tools up at the top. We have bold, which is pretty standard. We can bold our text. If you want to choose to emphasize, that's what bold will do. Emphasize parts within it. We can also choose to italicize as well. We're not going to use strike through, but we can use bulleted lists. So here, if we select this type, I'm going to actually delete it, the links. I'm going to unlink these. This is your links button, and I just unlink the text just so it makes it a little bit easier for me to work with. So we can bullet our text. We can give it an ordered list. So it's 1, 2, 3. And if you want it undone, you just click on it again. Bulleted, we'll leave it that. Then we have, I'm going to pull in a little more text for us to play with. Bring us in some more generic text. You can also emphasize, we'll show you what this says. This is your block quote. It's going to be preset per your theme. If you notice it indented, but if you really want to see what this looks like, we're going to do it and preview the changes. And this is set up, it brings in this nice big quote. So if you need to emphasize a quote or something of importance, this is another tool that you can use with that. And also, if you preview, it shows you what you've done, but it doesn't save it. The update is your save button. So we've done a block quote, and now we have a horizontal line, and that you want to put your cursor where you want it, and then you click it. And that actually does exactly what it does. It does a horizontal line, which sometimes you may want to separate some of your content. And this theme is set that it's going to be very, very faint, just a faint separation. You don't want to take away from the rest of your text. So that goes in there. And then now we have, these are your alignments, which any word processing program. So you can choose align left, you can center your text. But you do want to keep the continuity of your website, and usually the standard websites are set up for everything flush left, but you can play around with different things. And I've done a separate video on this, but this is where you insert your links. You're not going to be working with the insert the read tags right now. I'm going to do that as a separate video, but this is your toolbar toggle, better known as the kitchen sink. If I click on it, it's going to close things up and give me just some sort of general items. But you should have it open because we need access to this. Your theme is set up for pre-formatting of your text. So I'm going to show you how to follow and what to use here. So first of all, your page's name, which this one is a sample page, test page, this is your H1 tag. Your H1 tag is the most important tag that the search engines will look at first. Then they go down to the second most important. These two are very important tags. And that would be the key headline, the top headline of the page, which would be a heading 2, which is chose from here. And the rest of this is your paragraph format. And of course within that you can put bold and some italics. So next, if you have something that's part of and it's like a sub-headline, you want to use an H3. This I consider an H3. And if so, you went into another important information, another top headline, I would go to an H2. But if this was going to be some different sections under this main headline, this would be appropriately done as an H3 tag. So you want to stick with that, because what that's doing is you are setting up, this is the bold, and this is the H2 tag is the red, and the H3 is a bold black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go change the rest of this so you can kind of see a little difference. So we're going to, this is going to be an H2. This will be an H3. So we don't want all that. Sometimes you have to tab things down, give them a space of separation, and bring that back to your paragraph format. This is a subheading under this, so this will be another H3. I'm going to do a preview. And see these H1 tags came through. Now, if this was a whole separate concept as of importance, then I'm going to change it to an H2. You can see how that changes. And now this is going to H2. So it's another important section as a headline with some headlines under it. So now you can kind of see we've got some different formatting here. Let me see what else I might want to just review with you. If you're going to bring in paste as text, you can click on this, and it's really good to actually type your text in a word processing program. Popular one, of course, is Word. And then you want to copy it. Let me bring in some, I'll bring in a paragraph. So I've just copied a piece, and I'm going to put it at the very end. So I'm going to tab down. You go up here and use this paste as text. Click this, paste this now to plain text. It's going to take out all the unwanted. Then you go and you hit your paste, and you have a nice clean text. It takes out the formatting you had in your other word processing program. So you won't get any weird lines or anything like that. And so you just go in. This is going to be an H3. Tab this down because I want this back to a paragraph. There. So this is your WYSIWYG. A couple of things here just that you might want to, the short codes. This I'm going to do on some separate videos. This is some different features. There's column layouts. You can do 2, 3 different column layouts. These will be some separate videos. So at this point, I would not be using these unless you know how to use them. And this would clear formatting out if you highlighted stuff. But if you use the paste as text, it should come in as clean text. And just remember to use your paragraph, basically your heading 2, heading 3. And you can play around. There's different settings for these as well. And the formatted isn't really used that much. And you can use the bold and the italics and your bullets. So that's a basic overview of your WYSIWYG, which is your editing tool. And that should get you started. Start feeling comfortable with it. And just remember that if you preview your changes, it doesn't save it. Once you hit the update, it saves it. So it makes it permanent. So continue looking for new tutorials, or look through the other assortment of tutorials that SwiftTrek.com has produced. And good luck, and keep having fun with your WordPress site. Thank you.